microphone looks good to me. How are we doing? How are we doing? Right, let's get the chat up. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, testing 1 2 3. Testing. How are we doing? How's that sound? Looks pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Hey Nick, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, hang on. It's gone off again. Jeff. Hello, hello, hello. Good. Glad to hear. Hey Mark, how are you doing? Remember live chat, well done. That will become automatic at some point, hopefully. I still can't believe they do that. Seems a bit silly to me. Let's just check something here. That's a bit better. Hello Rob, how are you doing? Ken, good to see you. Matt, David, howdy. So what I thought I'd do is go over what I've been working on. It will probably take me 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, and then we're going to launch back into playing the same level that I was playing last week. Now, I died against the 2 morphic exogens that were in that room up here, which I didn't write down what room that was, but it piles of metal and stuff like that. It was a large room, but I'm going to carry that on and have the fight again, see how we do. Going to be at full health, and then I will, if whatever happens, whether I die or not, I am going to carry on with exploring the level to see what we find. I'm in my local game store shopping for my kid's birthday present. Pretty difficult not to shop for myself also. I know the feeling. I've been there. I have been there. Yeah, 1 for them, 2 for you. That is an age-old rule, isn't it? Age-old. Yes. Oh, man. I tell you, I sat down this morning and I was like, right, I'm going to do the updates on the on 0.81, and it wasn't that straightforward. I had extensive notes from Jeff, which incidentally they were fantastic, Jeff. Most of it's gone in. Some of it, 1 or 2 things couldn't quite fit in. 1 or 2 things I'm on the fence about. And Mark, I hope I've done your corrections. Philippe did a load. I think David, did you send me some? I had Ken sent me some. Thank you, Ken. A few other people. So I've been updating that. But I've also, because of last week, there's 1 or 2 things that came up. Sensationally social with Beth. Hello Beth, how you doing? Good to see you. And so I had all that stuff to sort through. The problem is it can take quite a while when I'm doing the tables. So I have to, thank you David, I think I saw that, yeah. I responded and I think I added some of the stuff in. Now it's worth noting that there are hundreds of references that I'm going through. So there's a chance that I might miss something. And if you see that I've missed something, you can tell me again, but it may be that something doesn't quite fit for some reason that isn't exactly clear, and so it hasn't gone in. So I apologise if not everything goes in. Everybody asks, everybody points out, but sometimes there is a bigger picture, or I just don't necessarily agree. Well, I've suddenly got a little bit congested, and yeah, but most of it goes in, and often it's just typos and stuff like that. So I try my hardest. But last week you made some notes, and there was one thing about crafting, additional crafting, because it occurred to me that we're collecting a lot of items, and we can see here on the sheet. I'm going to go through this actually before we start and just update the new sheet, because I printed out a new sheet. The character sheet has been slightly updated, but I've transferred the details across to a second sheet, to a third sheet actually, for this character, even though they died, and we're going to carry on with that. But I've also got the other sheets now. After discussions last week, we have gas cartridges down here that we can put some tallies in, and Graham, good to see you. And so we can keep an eye on for the ingredients for the stims, because I want to be able to make some stims. So I'll fill that in a minute. And I've also got I've got one gamma access code, which is interesting. It's all about the feedback I'm getting from people is fantastic. Everybody who's testing, I really, really appreciate it. It really, especially when you list off the things that you've found and the XP that you've got, it gives me a real sense of the balance and how the game is progressing, which is key. So today, one of the things I was doing was putting some other items into the loot tables that you find, the generic ones, and that includes things like flasks, magnets, micro batteries, which are part of this new thing which I've introduced. And I have just sent out the links. So Jeff, Mark, David, I hope I had you on the list. If I haven't, I'll send you out the latest link. In fact, I mean, it's the same as the last link, but you just change the 0 to 1 on the 8 at the end. So it is just basically, as we go up in versions, it's just changing the number on the link basically. It's that straightforward. But 0.81 is out, and yeah, there's been one massive change, and I'm going to go through that now. Massive is probably overstating it, but just bear with me a sec. Here it is. Okay. Right, so this is the profession-specific crafting table. So someone had left a comment. Is there anything else that can distinguish between the professions? What other things can they do? So they've each got a special skill. They've got different experience tables. So you leveling tables. Different names for levels, little bit of a back story. I thought, is there something else we could do that wouldn't have me rewrite the whole first 2 levels and the rules? And so this is the first draft of this. So this is in 0.81, and it is so this is the first time, so there may well be some errors in here that need to be dealt with, but it's generally there. As always, non-typo ideas are food for thought. No expectation that everything goes in, says Jeff. Needs to be consistent with your overall vision. Yeah, I think so. Oh, Bunty. Oh dear. There you go. There, Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter. You bad boy. Alright, so that one's going to be a big typo. Everybody's going to point that one out to me. Any case, so basically what we have is 3 items that each profession can craft, and they've learnt through their experiences. All right, and over this side we have a list of ingredients for these particular items. Now they're largely combat driven. Okay, so these every one, so we've got energy shield, charge net, gold extractor, shock plug, stealth shield, riot barrier, scramble bolt, grappling hook, distract node, and these are designed to help the combat situation. Talahar, good to see you. But they are also designed to use up some of the junk you find in game. And it's one of these things, you want to sort of put stuff into the tables, but you need a function for those, and you don't always get one. Sometimes they're in there, but you don't come across it. So it just kind of ends up as being spare trash, if you like, that you can sell. That's true. But if there's a use for like electrical parts, for mesh, for micro battery, for sealant, you know, stuff like that, you know, if you can then use it, thank you, Jeff. If you can then use it to make something like a grappling hook, you can fire and pull an item into the enemy, then that's better, isn't it? Surely. So that was my thinking. So today I've had to write this table, and it's taken me quite a while, because thinking up these items wasn't straightforward. I kind of had to make a decision about what where they were going to be focused. So was it going to be within game, as in helping you find extra treasure, or was it going to be the thing that people really care about, which is the combat? So it is combat driven, and hopefully that helps. The freighter's a bit more defensive, space one is a bit of both, and the bounty hunter's just pure the space police officer. The bounty hunter is just pure attack. So it's kind of there, you know, drawing upon being inspired by things like Star Wars and all that malarkey. Lovely, good. So that is that. We will have a look at that in the game. Maybe we'll try and implement some of those. See what we've got. So we're on level 2 here. As I say, we've explored a number of rooms, and I'm going to carry it on anyway, even if I die. But I want to play this fight again and see how we do. And it'd be nice if we did manage to beat 2 of them, but it's a bit of a test really as well. Bit of a test how tough fighting 2 aliens is in this particular situation, beginning of level 2. That stealth shield looks nice. Yeah, I think that there's some stuff in there that's going to be kind of fun to do, affecting. I tried to have it affect things like the range combat and a bit of defensive stuff going on. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right, let's do a little bit of a summary. Put that one to one side. We need to have a quick look at what items this Logan has got, the resurrected Logan. Now, just put this here. This won't take a second. Right. So, one of the things you'll see is the gas cartridge down here. So we have got, I'm going to cross them through as I do it. So we've got one of those, one of those, and we've got 2 of these. I'm going to do tallies with it, and 1 of those. There we go. And then in the small items, expansion foam, magnetic plate, -3 damage mod, 2 rags times 2, metal tin. In fact, writing this out kind of reminds you, 4 edible plants, so we can make 1 ration out of those, which is good. Shock emitter. Did we use one of these? I don't think we did we? +5 damage. We may have used the shock emitter. I think we used it on the aliens. So I think we'll on the aliens, on the exo, on the morphic gens, whatever. So we'll take that off. Reel of strong wire, cloth pouch, electrical parts, metallic tape, soft edible bladder. Nice, so that adds up to 5 on the edible foods. Weapon repair kit, mechanical parts, electrical parts again. We had electrical parts times 2 up here. Mechanical parts, can of oil. So we could be looking at making a bomb as well, maybe oil bomb. Clumps of rubber cords. Did I really write that? Fume spores. Do you have any other fume spores? No. Fume spores in plastic packet. Plastic pocket. Power coupler. Recharges. Oh yes. That can recharge a SA pack. 2d6. Recharge SA, and then a proton capsule. Right, nice. 2 rations, and we should have used one up when we went downstairs, so we'll do that. And then we've got 1 gamma code there. Fantastic. Thank you for being very patient with me there. Lovely. Right. There's that. We've got our rule book there. That's slightly out of date, the rule book. That's not the most up-to-date version, but it's fine. I kind of know what I need to look out for. We've got my gun there, looking lovely. And we've got the dice. Right, so we're going to launch straight into a bit of a suicidal fight. I just want to see how we do. We will move on anyway. But can we beat them? Let's get the where's the card gone? Hello. Where is the card? Ah, there it is. There it is. The morphic exogen. Now, it's up against the edge of the hull here, so we can't fire. There are some weapons that you'll find in game which allow you to fire when you're up against a hull. So once you get further into the game and you need to fire more, it will be there for you, in theory. Right. So, we're fighting 2 of these. I'm going to keep track of that on a separate bit of paper. We have Morphic Nexogen, and that's 18 HP. Bearing in mind I've got 19. That's more energy. 1 Morphic Exogen 2, 18 points. So we came into this large room, and it was level 2 large rooms. Just quickly look here. It'll be easy to find because basically it's the only one where you roll twice on a vermin table. The Exogen, and I rolled 2 6s, which is bonkers. And it's here. Where is it? Here we go. Roll twice. Dumping zone. Let's put that up there. There we go. Dumping zone. 2 of these. We've got that on a bit of paper here. Lovely. And then we're going to have my character, and we've got the dice there. Let's have the character. How are we going to do? That is the question. It could just be a slaughter again. Now, I have a tactical flex suit, which is something that I bought when I was in the camo tent, and it printed out, and I started it together, and all well. It's all well. And I don't have any stims. I don't have any extra bonus stuff. I could, if I wanted to, I could use the... I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the magnetic plate. So I've installed the magnetic plate. Hello, Ike. How are you doing? You could roll on the table again to face one Morphic and something else. No, I'm going to try this fight first. Try this fight. If I lose, it doesn't matter. We're going to carry on anyway because we want to explore. We're testing the level. But it'd be interesting to see whether we can defeat these guys. I did have rope in there, which I put on there. What else have we got? So we've got 2 of those. We've got the really normal die. We're going to have some counting die here. Let's have that on round 1. But oh yes, I had the magnetic plate, which I'm going to use. I'm going to cross that off there. That's -3 to the first damage that I take. All right, -3. Let's put that there. -3 to first damage. It absorbs some of the damage. I should put that there and get rid of that after. Okay. Right. Here we go. I think we are ready for this epic fight. So we have Morphic Exogen. I am going first. It is there's two of it fighting, and my first swing. Here we go. So my first one is 4-3. I have 2 shift, which means I can shift it to 5-2, which does d6 plus 1 damage. It's going to be like that, is it? 16 damage. Ah, hang on. Hold your horses. 5s -2 damage. No damage. Okay. I can see. I see. Alright, so their attack. So we have 1-5 and 3-2. 5-2. Plus 1 shift. Cannot shift to that. Cannot shift to that. First one misses. Second one has 1-6 and can shift to the tentacle lash which is d6 minus 1. It's a 1 on the primary. I don't block it with my armor. Here we go. And it's 1 point of damage. Okay. Right, round 2. Got to do some damage this round. 5, 6. Oh man, 5. I can't shift. I need 4 shift. I've only got 2. I only got 2 shift. I cannot attack. Right, not good. 5, 4. No, they can't shift to that. And 3, 3. They can shift to that. That is a shifted to 3, 2. Rending Bite. D6 plus special armor. Plus special armor cannot deflect this attack, so my armor wouldn't have any effect anyway. Here we go. 5 points of damage. Man, that is savage. Okay, all right. Round 3. I tell you now, I'm not going to win this. I've done them no damage. So 4, 1. I can shift to 5, 2. It's a d6 plus 1 damage. 5. Now that is actually minus 1, so it's 4 damage to the first one. In fact, and before, now that I think about it, I'm actually at 13 because I've got the piece of armor which I used, and that deflects some of that original damage, but only 1 point of it. I do it 4 points of damage, which takes it down to 14. And then we've got 6, 1 for them, no. And 1, 2 for them, that is a no. Okay, so 4. And plus 1 shift. This is when it really becomes painful. 2, 2. So as it happens, I can shift to spinning uppercut now, which is better. They block 2s and 5s. It's particularly effective against my attacks, this beastie. So it's d6 minus 1, which is 5 damage. Nice, we'll take that. Okay, so that is 9 there. Fair enough. So there go. 1, 6. They can shift to that. That's a tentacle lash. d6. I do not block that one. It's d6 minus 1. Wow. 5 points of damage. 8. That is harsh. David. Well, I thought I'd try it. Whether if I win or not, it's a bit of a test, really. It's a bit of a test because it says if you face 2 these creatures, can we take them on? I'm not doing very well, to be honest. But you know, you've got to try it. This is the testing factor. Now, who just rolled? Did I just roll? Who rolled? Yeah, zombie Logan Rogers is doomed. You're not kidding. Who just rolled? Did I roll? Or did they roll? I think it's their roll. I've got a number of drinks this evening. I've got a glass of water. The last they did. So it's my go. Okay, so round 5. 3, 3, yeah. I can shift it to either of these. It doesn't really matter. It's d6 minus 1. 4 points of damage to this first one. So he's down to 5. Okay. They get plus 2. Plus 2 shift, which means I'm probably doomed. So here we go. 5, 6. They can't shift to that one. And 2, 6. Yep, they can shift to that one. Tentacle lash. D6 minus 1. Well, what can I say? That is no damage. My go. 6. Be nice just to take out 1, wouldn't it? Right, plus 3, plus 5 shift for me. 2, 4, 3. No problem. D6. D6 minus 1. Oh, yes. Oh yes. There we go. And then first exogen is down. Alright, I've got 8 health left. It's got 18. There's one of them versus one of me. Okay, here we go. 3, 3. Tentacle bite. Armor cannot deflect. D6. 5 points of damage. Take it down to 3. Doesn't look good. My go. 1, 2. I can shift it up to that one. Doesn't matter. D6. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay. 16. There go. Here we go. 2, 2. Yep. Rending bite D6. 2 points of damage. Down to 1. My attack on them. 1, 5. Yep, I can shift that 1 and then that down to, yep, D6 minus 1. 4 points of damage. They are down to 12. It says snapping the pencil. 12. John, good to see you. Good to see you. And then there go. 3, 2 is rending bite D6. Yeah, and I'm dead. 2. Oh man. Minus 1. Okay. All right. So the experiment was interesting to do. I lost, took him down to 12, took out one of them, but they were too tough. All right. Okay. Right. We'll take it back up to 18. We won't get any XP. Oh, hang on. I put the wrong XP down on there from before. It's not 19. What did I have before? At 119. Okay. All right. Well, just for argument's sake, we'll just say that we'll move on from that. I don't really want to be starting back at level 1, so we will carry on with this level. And we were here in this space, and I'm just gonna take this pencil down a little bit. Snap the lead. It's a bit sharp, not as soft as I want it to be. See, that's still. I lost my good pencil and I can't seem to find it anywhere. All right. Fine. Okay, so we had a number of options going south here. But it's one that leads up to the wall. I think I might do that one and see and get that kind of filled in a little bit. I've only got 119 XP. I need to encounter as many rooms as I can, just because I will die on level 3. I feel like it's possible to do a bit more luck and maybe a health potion. Exactly. Didn't have any stims or anything like that. I think it could be done. And there are certain devices you can get which could do more damage. I think it's possible. I think it would be epic if you did it. You'd be like, it would be the high point, wouldn't it? It would drive you through. That's what you need. That's what you need in a game. You need moments that can be epic. It's about that narrative, isn't it? That's what I'm always interested in, the narrative. And just get that coloured in there like that. Good. There we go. Bit more definition. All right, now next room. It's going to be this room on the side. Let's get rid of these little notes. They're not of any use anymore. My hand is getting cramped just watching you to shade that in. Right, interesting. So we have 1 up and 2 across with 1 exit. Okay, so it's going to go. So we've got 1 down here. So it's going over to this side here, and it's going to be 1 down like that. So that has got to fit in there, which isn't going to work, is it? 4 by 4 with 2 exits. Right, so this is kind of in the way here. That could have gone in that space, couldn't it? We'll add 1 on there, and we'll just bring it in In fact, I'm going to use a bit poetic license here and just bring it down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and connect it up to this space here. Why not? Why not? A bit of creative license there. Bring it in. Guided by the die. Let's not forget that. And then 4 down, 1 with 2 exits. So we'll put an exit going this way, and we'll have 1 going down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and we want to put the corner like that, and then we'll have 1 down here, and we've got a normal size room in there. All right, what have we got in this space? Could use that to write the name in there, but it doesn't matter. Right, level 2. Incidentally, level 3 is coming on very nicely. The odd levels, you get an extra the incidents table to write as well, which takes quite a while to do. All right, so here we are. What is this room? 44. Shreve Shrine. Tyke, how you doing? It's Keith from Virginia. Hey Keith, how you doing? Tyke 57 Harley. Okay. I'll try and remember the association. Good to have you here, my friend. All right. Now that the wine is done, I've been upgraded to a Bailey's, thanks to my dear wife. Okay, here, let's have a look. So, Shreve Shrine. Let's read this. 44. I've kind of lost it there. Shreve. Smallest writing. Now, what is in here? This space is very different. There is a stone altar in the centre. It's carved with bird and wing runes. On an altar, a carbine gun barrel is a carbine gun barrel. As you move closer, an exarch Shreve rises. Defend yourself. Oh my lord, this is quite a difficult one as well. I do need the experience points though. Let's write them in here. Bring them over. There's a carbine gun barrel that we need to take and use. Now that's part of a quest, as I happen to know. Ken, I appreciate the Keith. I appreciate the feedback that you've been given. It's been fantastic. Right, so I'm going to put let's get this Shreve in. Here we go. He's a rather funky looking chap here. Look at him. Oh yeah. Right, I can't fire at him because we're up against the wall here, and he has some pretty good stuff. He's got 45 XP. You get a headdress as well if we kill this guy. And he's got 2 attacks. He's also he can fire, but he's not going to do it. He's not going to attack in this space, even though his attack wouldn't affect the hull because it's flung glass. He's got like a glass ornate robe which he can throw bits from. But at the moment the game doesn't really deal with that situation, so it's something maybe to think about. You know, what if the enemy's weapon isn't potentially damaging to this spaceship hull? It's a good one actually. Okay, but to keep it simple, we'll just have no firing because of the hole. In any case, right, there he is. There he is. He looks pretty tough, and I'm going up against him with 19 health, with 18 health, my base health. Logan Rogers, the myth, the zombie, the legend. Here we go. All right. Round one. Let's do this. 2, 6. I can't quite bring it in. Can't bring it in. Miss. His go. 2, 2. He can shift it up to searing touch. This being is ornately dressed, perhaps a religious figure of the Shreve. Its wing-like robes shine as if lined with coloured mirrors. It turns its beady eyes on you and squawks as it pulls free its mace. There you go. It can do D6 damage. Now that's a 2. I can't block on 2s either. Oh my god. 1 point of damage. Thank heavens for that. 17. That could have been a really bad start. Right, round 2. Here we go. 3, 3. I can shift it to spinning uppercut. That is a 2, primary 2, and a secondary 3. Primary 2 doesn't do it. In fact, he doesn't block any of my attacks with his primary 3s and 4s. Mine are 5s and 2s. So we're okay. Yeah, it does, David. You're right. I know. Alien ranged attacks. That wouldn't damage hull. I need to have a think about that. Because it's just a question of whether keeping it simple. It maybe there's a kind of almost like an advanced rules section for stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe it gets a shot in before. Yeah, maybe it gets a shot in before non-ballistic weapons. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at how I can word that. Okay. Right. I've lost track a little bit there. Spinning uppercut. Did I roll for damage? I don't think I did. 1 plus 1 is 2 damage. And the Shreve has 15 HP down to 13. Alright. Okay, round it's time to attack. 6, 4. It can shift to pommel strike. D6 minus 2. I have a 5, so it's minus 3 because my leather cargo jacket does some blocking. Maybe it's exploding glass, could be. 3 minus 3, no damage. Thank you very much. Okay, round 3. 4, 3. Yeah, I can shift that to either conductive pound or spinning uppercut. It doesn't matter. I shall do. Oh my lord! 2 damage again. 11. That is not very good. It's go. 6, 5. Doesn't have any bonuses, so 6. It would need plus 2 shift. It doesn't have that. Round 4. It would have done on this round though. Okay. Thanks, David. 2, 2, 2. I have 3 shift, thankfully, but it doesn't matter because I can do a spin uppercut. Let's do that. 3, 4 damage. We're slogging it out here. 4 damage down to 7. All right, its turn. Double 6 prime attack. Gordon Bennett. All right. The robe claps and a wave of sound stuns you. Miss the next round. All right. 5. I'm kind of falling back stunned. I cannot attack, so it attacks. 5, 4, which is pommel strike. D6 -2. So that is -3 because of my leather armor. So that's 2 points of damage. Round 6. 3, and it's my go. I recover somewhat from that loud noise. 6, 4. You know, I haven't had any exact strikes yet, which is pretty annoying. 6, so 6 D6 +1. Okay, here we go. So 5 damage. It's down to 2. Come on. It's just a question of how much damage it does me now. This is sort of, it's really chipping away at me. 2, 2. Yes, searing touch it can shift to. And it does D6 damage. That is a 2. Yes, 2 damage it does me. 13. Okay. Right, and then my go. 5, 3. I can do it to 6. 6 plus. So 3 damage, and that kills the beastie. -1. Okay. That's a pretty cool fight. I took 5 points of damage. Pretty hard, considering this is like maybe mid to hard for this level. So I feel pretty positive about how that kind of worked out there. Now it has 45, so that's 59, 64, 164. Roll on CYLT1 and gain a headdress worth 30 credits. I'm going to put that in the alien artifacts. Oh, you can see that. Let's move this over here a little bit. 30 credits. Now that is quite a lot. That is quite a lot of credits there. That is a massive thing. So we've done the right. Let's roll on CYLT1. This is a generic table because this Shreve is a cyborg, so it's been adapted by the ship's AI to become stronger and more useful, if you like. Right, here we go. 3. Along the inside of one compartment are some coolant salts. You can collect them if you have a container. Okay, coolant salts. So we have a here we have a cloth pouch with coolant salts. I'm going to put that in there. All right. And I don't think there's anything else here. No, we are good. Fantastic. Okay, let's put the shrine in the middle here. Let's give it a bit of 3 dimensions. I'm gonna just draw this in here. Some kind of obelisk on top of it. Some designs on the front there like that. Cool. Now, I think I might go this way, east, and see what we've got here. It'd be nice if there was a big room in there, wouldn't it? What are the chances? They're pretty slim. 4 by 3 with 3 exits. So we can go 3. Okay, let's fit that in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We need an exit here, and we'll have one down the bottom. Let's just put the Chamfer the corners in. In there like that. And that one there. This is clearly going to meet up here. There's going to be a room in here, surely. A room where all these three exits come together very neatly. And then an exit down here as well. So that kind of leads three exits. You can't really have one up that way. Chances are that's going to go like that. Let's put a bit of shading here. In fact, we'll find out what this room is and we'll write it up there. Fill it in nice. What have we got in this room though? That's the question. Right. Level 1 rooms. Level 2 rooms. We're actually folded over on that page. What have we got? 22. Maintenance room. All right. Hopefully that's kind of readable. Not very readable, really. All right. What's in here? Could be some kind of droid, maybe. Let's have a look. Maybe, hopefully, it could just be there's some treasure. Maintenance room. Glass panels are stacked in a corner, and metal bars and rivets are heaped on a long desk. All right, let's put some of that. We've got a long desk. Actually, let's read the rest of it. At the desk stands a subset M clone. It turns and attacks. If you survive, roll on CLMT1. Oh, we haven't been checking the doors, have we? These ones are archways, so we'll just carry on like that for the moment. Right, so we've got stacks of something in the corner here like this. We've got a long desk here with some panels and bits, and we've got some rivets kind of all stacked to one side. Maybe we'll look at collecting some of that after. Alright, and we've got the subset M drone here. Subset M clone, I should say. Sub M clone. Right, let's have a look at this guy. Here we are. Alright, this featureless humanoid is clearly some kind of construct or clone. It is sculpted, smooth, and without ears or nose. It sees through opaque eye sockets and attacks with an unexpected ferocity. Okay. Here we go. Now, he has a interrupt on primary 3s, 4s, and 6s, which is pretty good. 3, 4s, and 6s. It actually is not my attacks. My maneuvers don't have any of those, so that's lucky. His attacks are primary 4s, and I can block that first one, the primary 4. Right. Now we are in a different situation here. He doesn't have a gun, so I get to shoot once to see whether we can do that. My marksmanship is 6, so I need a 6 or excuse me. So I need a 6 or under. Right. Oh man, 7. I miss. Let's put the ammo down to 8. Would have been handy. So he charges in, and I have to fight him, which is all part of the game. Round 1. 2-3, which is a prime attack. So it's d6 plus the shift, d6 plus 3. Can he block primary 2s? No, we've covered that already. So it's d6 plus 3. 8 damage already. So how much has he got? He's got 12. Fantastic. Is this fight going our way? 12, he says, jinxing himself. Right. I think you get a -1 on the roll if the enemy does not have a ranged weapon because it's charging in when you fire. That's probably right. That sounds like something I'd write. Okay. I wouldn't have hit. Oh, you mean? Oh, so I would have hit. Ah. Well, we'll take it as is. I've had a good first hit. That's a good point, though, Jeff. I need to remind myself about stuff like that. All right. It has an attack. 3-3. It cannot shift to that attack. I will... Okay. Round 2. 4-3. I can shift to that. I think it doesn't matter. D6 plus 1. And that is 7. 7. See, those other two fights dragged on, but this one over in 2 rounds. -3. Let's have a look at this subset clone. This subset M clone. That gives me 35. So that is 69, 99. 199 XP. There's no loot. Nothing else. Okay. Very handy. Might need to be more prominent. Yes. Making a note of that. Good point. Maybe I'll. Oh, what am I saying? There's going to be the crib sheet bookmark that covers this as well, so that'll be available for people. All right. Okay. Fantastic. Now, was there something else in that room? Maintenance room. It turns and attacks right. If you survive, roll on that. So I will in a minute. There's metal bars. I'm going to take a metal bar. I'm going to make that a large item. Metal bar. And rivets. Let's take some rivets. Never know how useful they may be. Archways on this particular room. So we're okay, we'll carry on with that. And we are heading, I think we'll head across and find out what this interesting room here looks like, what this is going to be. A 2x5. So, okay, so we're coming through here, so 2x5, so it's going to be like this. It's going to be next, running alongside this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 1 exit. And we'll put an exit going into this room next door. Why not, eh? In fact, we'll just up that slightly. And we'll go there to the exit, so it goes into this space. Bring this down here. Like so. And just to colour this bit in, I like this shape. Very nice. Good. Alright, now what is this room? It's a normal room. Put the 1 exit in. Let's have a look. Yeah, part of the bookmark reference sheet, exactly. I think so, Jeff. Right, so what type of room is this? 43. 43. Ornate throne. Oh dear. So this is the boss room. So this is what happens, right? This is a really good example. Okay. So you look across here. Ornate throne is the boss room. You need 75% of the dungeon, of the level or deck completed there. There isn't. So we're not going to do this as the throne room. We will encounter that one later. So we need a reroll. 52. Shackle wall. Okay. I'm going to write that in here. Right. Shackled to the wall here is a large alien. It wildly thrashes. You see the shackle cables rip free. Defend yourself against a crazed Nalith. If you survive, you find a hex slot key and roll on set 1. Crazed Nahala. Right, so I've had some pretty vicious fights so far. This could be the end of me. Here we go. Oh dear. I haven't been able to heal myself or anything like that, but it doesn't have a range weapon. I do have a range weapon, and as Jeff was saying, let's have a quick look at that combat, the ranged combat situation again, and remind myself. Ranged continuous firing. If enemy has no range weapon, it will attempt to reach you. You get one shot with a +1 to the shot roll as the enemy charges and then starts. So it's a +1. Security doors. Thank you. Security doors. Let's put those in. Put that in here. We came through that one, so you don't put it in there. But that's a security door. I don't know when it's locked. So it's a +1 to this. So the implication is you try to fire, but the creature tries to dodge and rush at you. So it's a harder shot. No. Well, the way that it's a good question, Jeff. I guess I could almost disregard the bonus, but the way that I was thinking about it, if someone is, I guess it would be a -1, wouldn't it? Would it be minus? What do people think? Should the shot be easier? If you've got an alien in a room, you come into a room, and the alien's there, it sees you, draw a weapon, and it charges you. Is that going to be a harder shot, or is that going to be a easier shot? Is the alien going to be dodging or jumping at you? You're going to have to kind of react. What do you think? Tell me if it's a tougher shot. David's going with the tougher. There's doesn't matter what you think here. This is just for me to sort of see people's opinions about this. If you've got one harder, panic harder. I kind of, yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I can see why you thought that, Jeff. Harder, Mark thinks. Yeah. You're the boss, says John Hallett. Well done, John. This alien is shackled, though. Oh, yeah. That's true. The problem that I have is, and that's a really good observation. So would it be harder? Yeah, that is a good point, actually. You could argue with a little bit of inventive usage that this is roll for it. I could add a little bit in here. If the alien is shackled or inhibited in any way, I could add a bit in here, because there are times when you find aliens that are stuck, and there is a bit of space here actually. I like this. See, this is fantastic feedback. Thank you, people. So what I could add in here, I'm just going to put this in here. Add to page 30. If alien is restrained or restrained or barred. No. If the alien's restrained or something or other, -1 to the roll. Inhibited. Yes, inhibited. Before it reaches you. There we go. Yeah. If alien is restrained or inhibited, -1 to the roll. Yeah. I'll word it out. So that's got space. I can reduce this image down a little bit and then put it in there. Fantastic. All right, so we are going to -1 to the roll. Thank you, everybody. And we may well need it in this situation. This is going to be another tough fight. All right. Round 1. Ding, ding, ding. Can we do this? 13 health. No, I should have been looking at my stims. Whether I can make a... Yeah, we need to look at some crafting in a minute. Oh, +1 for freighter captain, -1 for police officer, +0 for bounty hunter. I like your thinking, Jeff. I like your thinking. Maybe there's scope for different modifiers. Again, it's one of those things. It's one of those things, right? Who's to say a freighter captain, a police officer, or bounty hunter would react more quickly? Exactly. It starts to get complex. Who's to make that call? We've got to try and keep it simple. Right. Here we go. Round 1. Interrupts on 2s, 3s, 4s, and 6s. Not 5s though. Okay. 6, 5. I can't do it. Here's a go. 2, 2. No, it can't do it either. Round 2. 5, 1. Well, I can do that one. This is the 5 when it cannot block my conductive pound. D6 +1. Come on. Ah. 1. 1. Oh man. Just get rid of that for a minute. 2. Okay, 2. 2 damage. Right, where are we? I haven't written it in. So he's shackled to the wall. He's got these modern shackles here. They're kind of polymer cords, and he's ripped them out of the wall. It's kind of like there's kind of dust and stuff around here, and there. Now, I'm just going to write Nahaleth. has got 18. I've just done 2 damage down to 16. That's very small writing there, sorry people. Tends to skew the character class choice towards police officer unless the other classes have an appropriate bonus on something else. Well, there would obviously be ways of bringing it around and balancing it, but I just think we'll leave that out for the minute. 4/4. It has a 3/3 and a 4/2. It cannot shift to it. Round 3. 1/1. It's a no. It's a no hit. Okay. There's no other penalty when you roll that yourself when you use the mishap. For me, but it's not good. You don't hit. 3/5. 3/5. 3/5. It cannot shift to that. Right. Round 4. Okay. We're into the bonus to the shift now. 5/2. That is a prime attack. That is a exact strike. So that is shift plus it's a shift. So the shift is 3 at the moment. So it's D6 plus 4. 9 points of damage. Now we're talking, which takes it down to 3. That is a mighty hit. Sorry, we had 2. It's 18, 6, 16. Does not take it down to 3. It takes it down to 6. Takes it down to 7. 7 points there. I take that back. And then it's go. 1/5. It's got 2 shift. It cannot shift 2. Now, I am flying by the seat of my pants. Here we go. 1, 2. So I have got 3. It's the next round. I've got 4 shift, and I can shift that to spinning uppercut. But I really, what have I got? I've got 4 shift. I can take up to the conductive pound without a penalty for his flaying limbs. D6 plus 1. 4 points of damage, which takes it down to 3. Actually, we're doing really well here. This is quite amazing, he says. And then this guy has 6, 4. He has got 3 shift. I can shift that down to 2. Yes, he can do it. So you can shift this to 4 for 2, and that. No, he can't. He would need to do 2 for that. So he misses. He goes into the 6th round here. And I roll a 3/6, which actually is achievable just about. So 3 on the 6 takes it down to 3, and then 1 on the 2 takes it down to 2. It's a spinning uppercut, which is D6 plus 1, but it can block, so it's D6. 1 point of damage. Wow. Really could not do with his attrition. Okay, he's on 2. He's on 2. And it's his go. He should be able to hit me now. 1, 2. So he just, yep, you can shift it to flying tackle. Can you do it to, you can do it to wild swing, D6 plus 1. I cannot block that one. 6 damage. Oh man, that is terrible. Takes me down to 7. All right, I'm gonna have to use the camo 10, aren't I? I can tell, but we can't do it where there's been a room with a fight. And we've had a fight in every bloody room apart from this one here that's got the ivy bag in. Of course. Fantastic. I've completely forgot about it because it was last week. Right. My go. Here we go. A 4, 6. So we can go 3 and 2 on that. We just about make the D6. 6 points of damage. All right. So we take it down to 4, -4. It is dead. I am amazed. We've made it through. Now let's have a look here. 75. So that's 274 experience. There's no loot. All right, but there was something in the room that we could do, and we're on 7 health. But we are going to have a look at the cubicle zones room in a minute, because we can track back maybe and use the IV bag that's there. Someone said to me the other day that they took the IV bag with them, and I thought that's flipping brilliant idea. Should have done that. Right, so this room was the shackle wall in level 2. That's the small rooms. Shackle wall. If you survive, you find a hex slot key. Awesome. Let's put that on the list here. That's going to come in handy potentially. And I get to roll on the set table, security tech table. So within the room, there's some kind of something. I've spotted something. 8. You find a security panel hanging from the wall. You're able to extract some transit crystals worth 5 credits. Right, now, do we have any transit crystals? No, we didn't. Transit crystals. Right, they're useful in constructing stuff. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I was thinking you could not take the IV bag because it was the whole setup with the bed, though I could see it being a semi. Yeah, I thought the same, but then I thought, why not? You know, I thought that why the hell not, eh? I thought it was quite a good idea. Was that you, David? What did Mike say? Dentist, yes, yes. All right, so got some transit crystals. Now let's have a look at this room that we were in before. Small, level 2, large room. So it was the cubicle zones. And that here, you check the IV bag and it appears to be safe. You use it to restore all HP, but you must roll on the level 2 patrol table. Okay, so if we decide to do this, I took it with me. Fantastic. Keith, I think it was Keith. Okay, you took it with you. I still like that idea, but I think the point of it is you have to lie. I mean, I'm fine. So you took it with you. You have to lie down and wait for it to have effect. If you do that, you've got to roll on the level patrol table. I'm going to do it. Let's check the. I love that idea though, Keith. Okay. Right, for the freighter captain, 600 to go up to the next level. Right, we're going to do this. I'm going to store all my HP. I'm going to roll on the level patrol table. Here we go. Okay, let's restore the, and then I'm sitting there, I've rigged it up, sitting there, and I'm waiting. And of course, because I'm waiting, something comes along. We're back up to 18. All right. What have we got? We need a low number, lower the better. Ready for this? 5. A fell wing. Okay, all right. I think that is level 2. There we go. All right. So this is a vermin creature, as I refer to them. So creatures that have kind of found their way into the ship or have been bred by the animals, the creatures, aliens that live there. We're going to deal with this foul wing. Here we go. And you'll notice that we haven't fought the same creature apart from that morphic exogen, which was a fantastic moment. They were both like a pair in that room. Alright, so I was going to check some stuff out, but maybe we'll do that after this. Let's do that after this. Alright. Okay, so we are up to 18. It has 11. Where did I put the map here? Let's just say, yeah, we're in here. Felwing. And that has 11 HP. Alright, let's see how we do with this. Round 1. 4, 2. Yeah, we can shift that to a. We can't shift it to the spinning uppercut. We shift it to the conductive pound. Unfortunately, it does swoop aside, and there's -1 damage. Now we're in the middle room here, so we could fire. Let's do that first. So we're going to fire first. Now this one doesn't have anything shackling it or holding it. Did we fire last time? We just forget. So I've got to roll a 6 or under with a +1 to the die roll. So it's 5 or under. Here we go. Yes! Look at that. Something satisfying about that. And then we get 6 damage. D6. 3 points of damage. Fantastic. So I'm lying there with the IV in, and I'm ready, and I see this big bat type thing comes kind of swooping down on me. I'm lying there, and I whip my gun out, shoot it, and it kind of falls back, and I rip the IV out, jump up, ready for the fight. Okay, and it's lost 3 already. It's down to 8. All right, round 1. So let's start again. 2, 3. That is an exact strike. D6. He doesn't block primary 2s. No. So that is +2. So that's +3. D6 +3. So that is 7 points of damage. It takes it down to 1. So I shoot it. It comes back at me. And I grab my electro hammer and smash it. And it crumples to the ground and kind of lifts itself up. Oh, good point. 1. No, it didn't, Jeff. Good point. Thank you for reminding me on that. You need a defensive roll when you're shooting. I was caught up in the moment. I was getting excited. Anyway, it rolled a 1. It didn't defend it. We are throwing dice around. Here we go. It has an attack. It does 5, 1. It can do its swooping claw. And it's D6 -2, but I have my leather cargo jacket, which deflects 1 more point of damage, so it's D6 -3. It doesn't do any damage. I kind of whip my jacket around. You can imagine this fight. Lying down, IV shoot. It falls away from the sky. I get up, rip the IV from my arm. It tries to get up. I smash it with a hammer. It then tries to lash at me, and I swoop my jacket in the way, and it hits the jacket, and then I whip out my weapon. Again, I've got my weapon. 5, 2. It's an exact strike. It's D6 plus 3, 5, 8 damage. Takes it down to -7. I swing the X. I grab both hands. Both hands, and I crush the creature's skull. It just explodes. It didn't stand a chance. You see, this is what happens. A little bit of IV power, and you're mashing these Fellwing. Fantastic. Okay, so that was very satisfying. All right, so we have 314. Is that right? 314. So that's 40 onto there. And what have we got here? No loot. Fine. If you want to be that way. Okay. Epic. That was good. That felt good. I'm just going to put a little bit of shading in here. Actually brings down. Fantastic. Right, so what I'm going to do is have a quick look at some crafting. So I am the freighter captain, and what I need to craft an energy shield. Let's have a look at my items here. Over there. What I need must have been speed in the IV. Definitely. What was in that IV? Yeah. Suddenly my eyes go red and my muscles start to bulge and the veins pop and my clothes rip as I transform into the Red Hulk. Okay. We have some bits and pieces here. Let's see if anything matches this. Right, we've got electrical parts ×2. We've got some metallic tape. Have we got any? We've got some. We've got a metal bar. Proton capsule, power coupler. Now, have we got any wire? Thought we had some wire. We don't have any wire here. Or we've got transit crystals. Electrical parts. Micro battery. Don't have a micro battery. And sealant. Do we have any sealant? I don't think we do. Okay. So we're missing a metal plate. And what rooms have we got in here? What rooms have we been through? Thought I had a reel. Did I not have a reel of wire? Let's have a check of that. I thought I did. Looks like I didn't write it down. So I put it on the wrong list. No. Well, that's strange. Magnetic plate used up, yes. And that was kind of had its own power. So I'm looking for metal plate. But having a think about it, what I got here? Shackle wall. Shreve Shrine. Maintenance. What was in the maintenance room? Let's have a quick look in there. Maintenance area. Wasn't that one? That's level 1. It's in a level 2. glass panels stacked in the corner and the metal bars and rivets heaped on the long desk. No. Okay, so we're a little bit short on the crafting element there. And let's have a quick check on the stims as well. While we're at it. Where are you? Stim table, right. So these are the stims that I've got. I've got F, C, A, F, S and T. I think this is the same as last time. S and T, C, A. I haven't got I. I, F, T. No, I haven't got I. No. F times 2 plus T. Muscle boost. Okay. Let's do this. So if I use... I've got two Fs and 1 T. I'm going to get my my boost out here. I'm going to do a it's called a muscle boost stim. Muscle boost, and the effect is +1 damage per level. For 1 combat. Fantastic. It's a bit like the old the Red Hulk thing I was just talking about. Right, awesome. Okay. So that has been somewhat epic so far, hasn't it? Some really nice scenes. Oh, do I have some wire? Let's have a look here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I've got the wire, mechanical parts. Did I have mechanical parts and transit crystals? I can make the charge net. So I've got the mechanical. I did have real electrical mechanical parts. Okay, so let's do this. Transit crystals and real. Awesome. So that means I can make the charge net. I'm going to do this in capitals. Charge net. Alright, so this particular device, thrown from your pack before combat, it folds out to entangle the enemy. It does not take up a round. The enemy's shift is reduced to 0, but it still gains shift from the shift adjustments dice from round 4 onwards. Okay, so awesome. So that works out very nicely. A bit of crafting there at the end of the session, because I am going to finish now. Yes, per character level. So, yeah. Fantastic. Right, so, thanks guys. Awesome stuff. I'm working my way through level 3. So I'm looking at, so it's Thursday, gonna do, I should be kind of roughly getting it done for Monday or Tuesday. I am actually out on Saturday, so that may be probably more Tuesday, but it will be, we'll have it for next week, Jeff and Mark, and I'll send that through to you guys. Thanks, Beth. Yeah, I enjoyed that. We've been going for over an hour and a half. So that's roughly speaking the sessions that we do, isn't it? And yeah, I'll get that out to you. This particular, these are the moments where it takes me a bit longer to get the text back, because as I was saying before, the odd levels 1, 2, 1, 3, 5 and 7 are going to be tougher because they're longer to write, because they've got the incidents, unexpected events tables. So yeah, they're taking longer, but I'll have those through to you guys soon. And I'm going to do an update on the Facebook page, and don't forget, share your maps on the Facebook page. If you've got any questions, put them there. Late pledges are available for Void. If you're watching this now and you've made it this far and you haven't pledged, have a think about that. And click the thumbs up on the video if it's okay with you guys, if you enjoyed the session, and we'll continue this on next week as we work our way through it. That's the nice thing about this. One of the nice things I think about this game is you can just pick it up and play it for an hour and then, you know, get back to it next time. So really cool. Guys, you're fantastic. I will catch up with you very soon.